snow across the sea. Cleopatra wigs and shiny shoes. It was clear she saw what she did to you. Street corner spotlight lights up the stage where she lives her life. Streetwalker in the spotlight each night, walking on the sharp edge of the knife. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Lecherous men all ask her out. To most of them she says no. The paying gents she sticks to most. A wealthy man is a generous host. Street corner spotlight, a delicate shade to enhance skin white. Streetwalker in the spotlight, flesh painted on, skin tight. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. Best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab. The best you've had. She's jumping, she's grabbing, she's keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game. She's jumping, she's grabbing, she's keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game.
G'day, you mob. That was an interesting one. That took me a long time to appear on the screen. How's it going? S. Thank you for that solid reminder, S. I did indeed just do that. Thankfully, due to your advice about doing that. I did that. Thank you. Good. Well done. I'll send you an extra bucket of kudos in the post. So that's the double for you this week, S. You must be well on top of that leaderboard. Alien World Aquatics, Scotty, hello. James Hukillack. Hi there. Paddy Shaddy Paddy. How's it going? Whoops, I normally mute those ones, don't I? I forgot. Jacob Hill, g'day, mate. How's it going? Geek Boy, GRB, how's it going? Zen Ginger, g'day, you singular of mob. Why am I bouncing? Because I was doing my leg thing. Hello, Jess, how's it going? New local Austin. A bucket of fish heads for you. Ew. A week in the post? No, thanks. Mickham, how's it going? Drift off well. T-Bones, how's it going? G'day, mate. Joel G, g'day to you as well. Yeah, sleeping's a bad habit, isn't it? When you get it right or wrong. That's right. I forgot, but I might do a bit of this. Maybe. Hi, Skungy.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
You're very dark today, aren't you? It's all that bright light behind you.
Maybe.
The contrast.
I can put lights on, but I don't like it because then it's shining in my face. Like.
That's better.
Is that?
Yeah, but if it impedes your ability to, pardon me, make pictures and stuff, then it's all entirely up to you. I just would generally prefer to see your face. As folks are probably well aware, the one and the only Corvus Oscan is in Peru with those other famous people doing fishing things. And even though we tried to establish a connection, it seems the Peruvian jungle internet is only adequate for messaging and the occasional photograph. And Instagram posts and stuff that all the boys seem to be doing. So we won't have a Corvus with us today. We will have another special guest or two maybe popping in a little bit later on. Also, T-Bones, no, I haven't seen that yet. I've heard contradictory reports about the Mortal Kombat movie. Some people saying it's awesome and some people saying it's a dud. But I think if you go in with low expectations to a video game movie, potentially you'll enjoy it.
I kind of think you've got to go into movies always with low expectations, even if it's something that you anticipate will be good. The more that you build it up in your mind, the further you've got to fall. But if you just go in like, it might be really shit, then you're still ready to be wowed every time.
Well, there goes the good boy timer. You said shit 9 minutes in.
Yeah, but, I'm not a boy.
Yeah, true. It is called the good boy timer for a reason. All the ladies and others can swear if they want. G'day, Tropico. How's it going? So yeah, with regard to Mortal Kombat, T-Bones, I potentially will subject myself to it at some stage, and I guess getting a balanced. Some people like it, some people don't. That's makes it quite easy to go in with reasonably low expectations, doesn't it? Now, because we are such a backward Stone Age country down here, and our treatment of the, what's it called again? COVID-19 virus. Lots of places in New South Wales, which is the state that I live in, are back in lockdown once again because there was big outbreaks in the capital, Sydney, capital of New South Wales, that is, and typical entitled fuckwits. Let's, throw the good boy timer out the window today. Decided to travel all around the place and have spread it far and wide across the countryside. So we must subject ourselves to more restrictions and stuff. Fortunately, being somewhat of a hermit myself, my once every day or two trip to the supermarket can still be achieved within the rules and regulations. But yeah, it's just kind of annoying. Very, very annoying that we're back at this state again. Back at this state in this state. Victoria's gone into more lockdowns as well, I believe. So, we're just the king of lockdowns, our country now, it would seem.
It's also, I was looking up about the vaccinations and stuff because, they're still pushing the thing about go get vaccinated. But like I couldn't if I want to. And kids, same. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's only in the big places that they've set up, these emergency vaccination clinics now. And we're so far behind up here, we're not going to get anything like that. We've still got to book in and try and get in for it.
Well, it was just even like a nationwide thing. Like I didn't put in where I was living or anything, but I just put in like because it's only if I was working like as a nurse or a police officer or something like that, then I could.
Yeah,
but
right.
Just as a regular person of my age living in the world, I'm not eligible for. And they said I can give details and they'll notify me if I become eligible for a vaccination.
Yeah, right. Even the pardon me, local doctor's surgery that my parents go to, they only have one day of the week, I believe, or it might be Wednesday and Thursday, where you can go and get your vaccination. But obviously, appointments for that are very scarce. So they're not making it very easy for us as normal human beings to go and get jabbed. Even though the ads all over TV.
It's not about, that's it, but it's not about appointment times available or anything. I'm like not eligible for a vaccine because they don't. That if you're old, you can have it. And if you're a frontline worker, you can have it. And if you're just a regular person who's not elderly, then you're just not eligible, even if they've got an appointment.
I thought they opened it right up to 40 and above now, which obviously doesn't.
Well, maybe that doesn't count me in, does it?
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite.
So yeah, it's one thing to say that all the humans have to get their ass into gear and go and get their shots, but it's not very easy just to go and get it done.
Or impossible even.
Virtually, yes. Zip Gun, hello there. Yeah, it's we got a fair bit of time to get through this. Who would have thought, let's say even 12 months ago, that 18 months, 19 months after the initial start of this, that we'd still be talking about it. So, I don't know how long polio lasted for before they wiped it out.
Yeah, me neither.
But that was different times back then. We didn't have social media telling people how bad vaccinations and shit is. Scaremongering. There wasn't as much scaremongering going on. When was polio? Like the 60s?
I think there was a bit of scaremongering going on, but it was usually done by the powers that be rather than the everyday people.
I made a mistake this morning, and my little willy wagtail, who might actually be a restless flycatcher, was hanging around. So I took the lid off my worm farm, thinking that he'd come and sit on the edge of it and eat all the fruit flies and bugs that flew out of it. But when I put the lid down on the ground, he took off and flew away, and I didn't see him again for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. But at least some of the soldier fly larvae crawled out.
Sorry, I've gotten something on my phone from Soren at school about he needs something for his he needs to download an app for his schoolwork. I just have to do it, make it so.
G'day, two Dougs. How's it going? How are both of you, Dougs? Liquid Zoo. Only fins. Interesting. Liquid Zoo, that's a good name for a band, I reckon. Alyssa Bentley, hello there. How are you? Drive half an hour and wait about 15 minutes in case of allergic reactions. Yeah, well, that's what Zen Ginger is saying. I'll pop it up on screen so you can read it as well. The government is copying a lot of criticism for its rollout, I think they call it, how they were going to deliver the vaccine to as many people as
calling
possible.
it the stroll out, I think.
That's very, very appropriate. It begs the question too when our next election period is, because the way that Morrison's government has handled the whole thing is probably a valid enough reason to remove them from office and get other idiots in there.
I think the only reason that they haven't been removed is that, like, the other side hasn't put forward someone who's, you know, charismatic enough to take over. So they keep getting in, even though they're doing a really shit job. That's my thoughts anyway.
Yeah, I guess it's the unfortunate thing with all politicians is that you're never going to be able to make everyone happy, and people generally will whinge about you whether you're making them happy or not.
I don't think that the goal of the federal government is, I don't think they're really concerned about making people happy unless it's like themselves.
Yeah. Yes, that's highly likely that most people go into politics for self-gratifying reasons. Maybe, probably.
You know, and I think there are lots of people who start out with sort of some altruistic intentions, but then, you know, the system is pretty...
It's designed to make corruption nice and simple and straightforward. Easy to just slide into it like a nice loose pair of warm tracky dacks. Easy to slip into. Unless they've got those really tight anklet bits. And you trip over and bang your head on the sideboard, and then you're just as well off as the other side. Yeah, I think it's the same situation everywhere. Liquid Zoo. I think the was up to the individual states. I think to order and distribute, even though the plan
was such a resonant burp.
You didn't even notice it. They just happen now, and they.
You just must have gotten at just the right angle to the microphone.
Right, alter into the microwave. I was going to say, I stopped myself, but then I had to commit because it was making my brain go like this thing. Oh. It's because I just used the microwave about 20 minutes ago. That's why. Lol. Oh, so no Delta showed up in WA yet, GRB. I always find it funny when they say it's 1,000 times more contagious than the other one. So how do they measure that? Do you reckon that's like some mild level of scaremongering, perhaps?
I'm sure that they've got tests. I don't know about the 1,000 times. I don't know if that's the exact number but I'm pretty sure that they can, you know, determine contagiousness to some extent, you know, that something's, you know, because I think it's about how long it can like live, and how much of it needs to be taken in before you contracted, and like little factors like that will contribute to how contagious it is, I think. But yeah, is 1,000 the number that the scientists have come up with? I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but that's the number that the media keeps touting. But yeah, I guess what you say is probably accurate. There will be ways to do it. Potentially, we may need a more scientific mind to explain to us how it goes. G'day, Beast.
How you doing?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Hello.
Well, you're not as finely shaven as you were last time, are you?
No, I've let it grow out a bit. Yeah.
I love that you remember how shaven he was last time he was on the stream. Like, a month ago. I remember your smooth cheeks.
Beards recognize beards, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I've got to reset this.
Yeah, but I have my own beard.
Well, then you need to step your beard game up with your recognition of the other beards. Now let's complete this party. We might have to change view aspects. Got some other fantastic guests coming on. It's those two guys.
Hey guys, how are you?
G'day.
Nice to see you guys.
Thanks.
Yay!
Long time.
You
no
found
see.
the camera.
Yeah. We had to find a few things.
Yeah, I had to find a few things. I haven't streamed in a while, so
Yeah.
I had to find my StreamYard login and stuff.
We're like newbies all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have met before, but Z-Beam, that's Scott and Paige.
Hello, Scott and Paige.
Hey,
Good to meet
I feel
you.
like I recognize you, yeah. Nice to meet you, though.
Thank you.
So can either of you scientific minds explain to us how they determine that one virus is 1,000 times more contagious than a different strain of the same virus?
Oh, gosh.
Ninja Turtle ooze.
Wow.
Probably
That's my
makes,
guess.
it makes as much sense as them just spitting out some random number to make people frightened to go and try and get vaccinated when they can't actually get vaccinated. Oh, look out, zip guns coming to the party. Viral load is part of how contagious it is. The variant has about 1,000 times higher viral load. Not sure. Right. So potentially it is just the media confusing.
Twisting it around.
Like they like to do.
Yeah, never heard of up to now. The media twisting the facts to make a story more generous.
Well, S here says no aliens. Semi-disappointing. I will have to change that for you then. Here, hold on.
Well, show him your shirt. And show him your shirt.
Speaking of
There we go. There you go, S. You got an alien and some UFOs.
speaking of the media being shits too, last night I was hearing a news story on the televisual news about the Greek fires going on in Greece, no less. Amazing bushfires and stuff. But the dude, the news reporter guy, he was slinging jokes. He was going, "This is a Greek tragedy,"
Oh, no.
and it was said in, like a funny kind of way. And shit, I should have written it down last night because I knew I wanted to talk about how disrespectful the media was.
That's some bad form.
Herculean efforts. They're doing Herculean efforts.
Oh, no.
I was like, dude, this is not what's going place for that kind of stuff.
Oh.
It seemed so callous to me that they would, they only wanted to do the story on the Greek fires so old mate could finally get his Greek jokes out.
That's like something you gotta do with your friends. You
It's
shouldn't
like
put that on like
Yeah.
live TV.
You gotta give that stuff like some time before you start making jokes.
Yeah.
Like, let the problem get fixed and then give it like 10 years.
Yeah,
And then
I don't-
maybe crack a joke.
I don't know how that got past the news boss's desk. Oh, g'day, BJ. Short visit. All right. Good luck. I hope everything goes well for you too, BJ. So yeah, it's kind of terrible the way that like if someone was doing that on their Instagram or their Facebook page, they'd probably get toileted heaps. But we're on a major news platform. Let them go, sure. Make the funny jokes. Oh, and we lose Beast.
Nice one.
He fell off the
Yeah.
patio.
We've just got the alien now.
Yeah.
I'll flick us back like that so we can still see each other's. I know you guys just hate being so close to each other.
Indeed.
So what's new with you guys? What's going on?
Not a lot, but I'm like gearing up. I want to go and get a drink, and then I come back and chat. Is that all right?
Understandable.
Deal. We already got our coffee ready.
All right.
I was right, you did fall off the patio, didn't you?
But he beamed back in.
Yeah.
He's A-beamed, no less.
Yep. Last night I discovered something pretty fun. I got a friend showed me this thing from some Facebook ad for a plasma arc lighter. So it's like waterproof and windproof. With two lightning bolts come across it, and that are like pinky purple. And I thought last night, I was like, what happens if I mix spray bottle sanitizer with the waterproof lighter and spray the sanitizer through the lighter, and it makes the most awesome flamethrower ever.
Oh my
It
goodness.
could. I have one of those lighters, but it's like a Hot Wheels car also.
Right.
And the wheels move.
All right. Dr. Black looks like he did not believe me. Let me go grab this. Hold on.
Oh wow. Is
Yeah,
that in the
cool.
car?
I know what it is.
I think he has the car in the car.
Right.
But I was so shocked that the sanitizer was like really fine liquid. It's like a gin brewery locally decided to stop making gin and start making sanitizer, so it's got all herbals in it. It smells really nice. But
Right.
when I got it all over my
I gotta
hands, I
charge
was like,
this thing up before I use it, but
Oh my goodness.
it's a
Oh, cool.
It's a light. And you flip it up.
wow, yeah,
And
you got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's I gotta charge it up, but
yeah,
yeah,
nice.
it's pretty
normally
good.
it's pretty cool.
But the sanitizer flame was like it got all over my hands, but it didn't burn me. I was like, this is safe
Oh.
fire. This is really cool.
Safe fire.
I don't think there's such a thing.
That's some
Yeah.
strong sanitizer.
So I put a video up on YouTube of it. So if you want to check it out, check out my channel and have a look at the flame video, because
That's hilarious.
it's quite impressive. You know, the jet of flames like dragon breath.
I bet that is entertaining to see.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
And
I've
is
never done-
your one the same? Is yours a Hot Wheels car as well, or just
No, it's in a waterproof case. Yeah, it says Explorer on it.
I've got a Lamborghini. That's as close as I'm gonna get to a Lamborghini probably in my life.
Maybe not.
Yeah, right. It's a Reventon. Nice.
You can at least get one of those that the kids ride in, you know.
Oh wow, yeah. Right into the
Real low to
mailbox.
the ground. Yeah. You can charge that battery too.
But yeah, because the sanitizer has a high water content, I highly recommend getting a waterproof one. So if you're spraying the sanitizer near the lighter, you're not going to short it out and make it go boom.
I'm gonna have to kill a whole nest of what are they called? Little wasps.
Oh gosh, hornet?
Yellow jackets. Little yellow
Yeah.
jackets we call them over here. Yeah, them in the ground. I gotta probably take care of that nest. I'll just flamethrower them. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's usually how we
Welcome
solve
back.
our problems, right? With
Hey.
flamethrowers.
they make like a
Yay! Christmas
really
people.
interesting nest in the ground, don't they? Aren't they one of the good ones for pouring molten metal down?
Ooh.
Probably.
Mm.
I remember that I went through a stage of watching a hell of a lot of those videos of ants nests and other in-ground nests.
Yep. Yeah. But some of those are awesome with the fire ants I've seen.
Oh, this is
So,
scary.
you know, if you get in early enough, you kill two birds with one stone, and you kill all the ants off and get a nice, lovely piece of art as well.
Mm. What drink did you get?
I got espresso martini.
Oh, fantastic.
In
Oh,
it.
very nice.
It's
Have
so
some
good.
for me.
Yeah,
It's a great brunch drink,
it really is. It's
daytime
a
drink.
yeah. Anytime you don't mind not being able to fall asleep afterwards, but
Oh, isn't that how it
I'm
goes?
amazed. Like when you shake it up, the cocktail in the shaker, it gets so cold. It's like it gets like a coating of ice around the outside of my shaker.
That's
It's
cool.
so cold. It's pretty good.
I like my drinks real cold.
I'd be intrigued to know the science behind that as well, because it feels like it's below freezing.
Yeah, and if it just sits in the thing, it doesn't really do that. But once you start shaking it, and the whole thing like ices over on the outside, it gets painful to hold it.
Wow.
My poor little fingers go red.
Jeez, you know, like some mittens.
Yeah, that's it. I need my cocktail shaking mittens.
Yeah.
Well, I did suggest the old rubber charity bracelet things.
That's right, you did. That's a good idea, actually.
Most people probably have a second or third drawer in the kitchen half full of those things that you could use half a dozen on it.
I haven't got any.
Yeah, that's called a generalization for comedic purpose. It wasn't very funny. The explanation was probably funnier than the actual statement.
That's fair, though. That's fair.
But yeah, you know,
So-
if you've got some in your drawer, I'll put them on my cocktail shaker.
I don't know if I ever succumbed to the charity wristband things.
Oh, let me check.
You've never worn one, ever?
I don't think so.
Never?
Me
You
either.
wore one for Mike for a little bit.
I got one here.
Be smooth.
Oh, yeah, for like 3 seconds.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
for
can-
Mike.
But
Yeah,
it looks like it's
unfortunately, I don't
serving a
think you can.
purpose.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
can't
things
really
on my
shake
wrists.
it.
I don't like that. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like the feeling.
I don't have anything at the moment. I used to love having heaps of things on my wrists, but not necessarily those. I have a friend who wears the ring from the Vegemite jar. You guys may not know
What?
the particular ring, and he's got like a stack of rings from Vegemite jars that he wears as bracelets.
That's ridiculous.
I've
Does he
heard
at
of
least-
Vegemite, but never eaten it.
Does he at least turn them inside out so he's not getting shredded by the spiky bits on the inside?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe that's what he does.
Maybe he likes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bit of
he's a
pain.
Could be.
wristophile.
I'm a wristophile. Yeah, I got this. The sad story was I was trying to make up $75 on an order for lights, and these were like $3. So I was like, that bumped me over the free shipping cost. So I
There
got
you
one.
go. That's
Yeah.
a free shipping bracelet.
Yeah,
just- Did you just have to get the one?
yeah,
The free shipping?
yeah.
Oh,
Well
that's
done.
all right. Because shipping
Yeah.
would have been at least $6 or $7.
Look at those math
Yeah, it was
bills.
$15. Yeah, saved $12 by getting a bracelet. Oh well, fuck it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
We're going back to GRB's comment about Espresso Martini, and I think both Scungy and myself agree that so the sugar syrup is definitely not required in an espresso
No sugar
martini.
syrup.
That Kahlua is well sweet enough. Leave
Yeah.
leave the sugar syrup out.
I say halve the amount of Kahlua in the recipe. You just need so much less sugar than it tries to feed
espresso
you.
You're supposed to taste the coffee with espresso, not taste the sweets.
True.
It's true.
He gets on me about all the creamer I put in my coffee because
She
he's
uses a lot of
very.
cream.
Sorry, I also steal his headphones.
Are
He
you,
likes very
you
little cream, and I like a little bit more.
A little bit.
a little bit, like a 3 or 4 teaspoon job?
It's like that much cream.
No. I think it varies, you know.
Oh,
I thought you said sugar. You put heaps of sugar in your coffee.
No sugar. The creamer
I
I
think
has
think
the
there's
so
no
much
creamer
sugar.
sugar
has-
in the creamer, yeah. It's like those
Yeah, it's like-
Almond Joy ones and the French vanilla ones.
Yeah, the little, like the mini motel
Packets.
things of water. I mean, milk that you get in
Yeah, those
Australia,
little
but
things.
Yeah.
but in America they got sugar in them, and
Oh, yeah.
And in America,
they're
we sell them in a
loaded.
huge bottle.
Yeah, right. Bottles of the stuff.
Yeah, we get giant bottles of it, for real.
Wow. No,
That's the
we
way to
don't
do
get
it.
that here.
Yeah, whatever.
There.
Whatever happened to just putting milk in your coffee?
Or just
It
having
curls.
it black.
Don't like it.
Yeah. You like black coffee sometimes.
I don't know. Gotta have like a little something in there. Just a little something.
I'd drink a black coffee before I drank a coffee with soy milk or almond milk in it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's interesting because I used to feel that way, and I still do about almond milk, although sugar's pretty gross in coffee, in my opinion. But because I've been drinking soy milk now for over a year since I stopped having dairy, and now when I put it into things, it doesn't taste as bad as I used to. Like, it used to make everything taste bad, and like some things, like it's not nice in a hot chocolate. But like, actually, I quite like it in the coffee now.
Oh, good. Yeah, you get used to things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't just know how you can like squeeze the juice out of an almond and then just decide that it's now milk. Like it's almond juice. It's almond
But
juice,
it's-
but
Well,
it's not milk.
it's mostly water with like a
Yeah.
little bit of almond in it. So
Yeah, it's blended.
Yeah,
it doesn't make anything milky.
yeah. There's no milk.
I always find it funny on your soy milk carton scungy that they say made with only 6 ingredients or something. What is it, 4 or 6?
I don't know.
And it's like, yeah, that's not a real milk then, is it? It's just a liquid that you've created.
Yeah.
Plus you've got your ethical dramas with soy as well, clearing so much land around the planet just to plant soy because all these people are eating and drinking soy now, doing just as much harm as the corn industry in the 50s and 60s.
And you don't want to be a soy boy with all those phytoestrogens.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it does have some dodgy elements.
Yeah.
But I feel like in terms of ethically, I feel like so much of what you consume, like unless you're making, like you're actually growing food and you're doing things yourself, everything, as soon as you're starting to buy things, you're facing all these ethical,
Dilemmas.
concerns. Yeah, you've got to like find some balance where, you try your best and you accept that some of the things that you do are going to have some effect that you don't, haven't accounted for.
Coconut milk's good in a curry GRB or something like that, but I don't go out of my way to eat coconut products. They play havoc on my lower intestinal system.
No, really?
Yeah, I don't process coconut very well.
Okay.
It makes for awesome flatulence, though.
What more could you ask for?
It's like the added bonus at the end of all that pain.
A reminder. A deadly reminder.
But occasionally I'll dive in the deep end and still eat a Bounty bar because they do taste pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
A nice almond joy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we get Almond Joys down here.
No.
I don't know what that is.
That's
It's a
chaos.
chocolate bar. I
Yeah.
know it's lots of Americans tout it as a great chocolate bar, but somehow it just hasn't made it across our shores yet.
You can
I mean,
get
it's
them
just
from
coconut
lolly
and chocolate.
shops. Yeah, you
They're
get
like-
them from lolly shops, but I've never tried one. Like $3.50 for a fucking chocolate bar? Nah, I don't think so. I did get a really good Rick and Morty energy drink from America. That was awesome, called Clone Serum. It had
Clone
ginseng in it. It was awesome. It made me feel so fucking good.
There weren't any
That
pickles in it, right?
No pickles, no. But pickle juice is fun. I've tried a pickleback before, where you have a shot of whiskey and then a shot of pickle juice.
Oh.
Delicious. So
Yeah, we
good.
like pickles occasionally.
You know that they make soup out of the pickle juice, like out of the stuff that it pickled in, and then they turn it into soup.
That sounds
deal.
good.
You said
No
soup.
deal.
I don't know. I've
Weird.
not eaten it. I opted no.
Yeah,
I've heard that,
that's a good choice.
Pickle juice is supposed to be a good hangover remedy as well,
I swear by it. It works.
as far as how functional some hangover
Is it just
remedies can
like
be.
all those salts? Because they say that like salt and fat is what you need to help recover from your hangover.
Yeah.
So you need to have a shot of, or a nice decent double or triple shot of pickle juice, and then a big helping spoonful of thickened cream or something.
Oh.
Well, you have a hangover?
Way to start
No way. I'm just gonna go to McDonald's.
I'm just going to start again. That's the best hangover cure. Just get straight back on the horse.
Ride that pony.
Polywaffle? What's a polywaffle, GRB?
Yeah.
Oh wow! I forgot about those things.
Marshmallow, chocolate. Is that peanuts? I can't remember.
Yeah,
That
I
was
don't
good.
remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either because they went out of circulation for a little while, and then I think it was a all the polywaffle fans got back together and demanded that it gets made again. And I think one of the bigger chocolate bar, because it was made by like a lower, smaller company, and then I think now one of the bigger chocolate bar manufacturers has taken it on and now produces the polywaffle again. But yeah, I could never come at the marshmallow center in it. I'm not a fan of marshmallows.
Me neither. Unless it's a s'more. S'mores are awesome.
That's
Does
like,
that mean you hate Peeps?
hey, what?
Peeps? Do you know what Peeps are?
No.
It's like an Easter candy,
Yeah,
right?
it's like an Easter candy here in
It's like a
America.
marshmallow little chicken.
It's
They
complete
are
marshmallow shaped
disgusting.
like a bunny or a duck or whatever the theme is,
Right.
and then they like sprinkle sugar on the outside.
They're disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's all marshmallow, so I'm assuming you would hate that.
Like they'll probably survive the apocalypse.
Yeah,
Like, that's what they're constructed of. Like they're gross.
That in itself should be a concern, but people still lap that stuff up, don't they? What was the one?
They're out there every holiday.
It was Twinkies in that zombie movie, wasn't it? Twinkies survived.
Yeah.
What's the movie I'm thinking of?
Zombieland.
Zombieland. Thank you. Blanked on it.
But the McDonald's chips, like I've had them where kids have some and they go on the floor of the car and then they sit there for like 8 months and then you find them and they still just look like food.
Yeah.
Like the fact that nothing, not even mold,
Nothing
wanted
changed.
to grow on those chips.
Yeah.
No, nothing. So
Red flag,
not very food.
This is
Not
something
very at
else.
all. The people have done those studies with the burgers as well, where exactly the same thing happens.
Yeah,
Leave
they're just like the
burgers sit for
same.
ages, and it just doesn't change. I imagine the flavour might alter somewhat, but I want to see that experiment. 8 months of a burger, and then they have a bite.
Yeah.
See what happens.
No deal. No deal.
No.
I
Just
tell you
live
what,
food.
I'll buy one today and I'll keep it. And in 8 months, we'll do a live stream and you can eat it.
Yeah, we'll start a
Yeah,
little
make a
time
live stream
capsule.
about
We'll do a
it.
time capsule live stream
Yeah.
where you open up fast food to see what it looks like 8 months later.
Yeah, I'd
That
That
probably
sounds like fun.
I'd be
Yeah, that's a
probably
good
willing
idea.
to have a go because I think they are just so full of sugars and preservatives that it'd probably taste the same.
Oh.
Yeah, but what about your guts?
Yeah.
I know, right?
They're already messed up.
You can take a bite but then spit it out.
No, I'd
So you don't
commit.
ingest it.
I'd make sure it passed through unless it came back out this way.
Yeah.
Then I'd know
Well,
it was wrong.
Even so, I bought these like they're like the Jelly Belly little jelly beans, and you can get them. You can get the packets where like there's one color and it might be a nice flavor, or it might be like earwax flavor or something.
Love it.
And so I brought them once, like when I think Mikey was having some people over and just like as a fun thing. But like afterwards, just for fun, not even like as part of a, everyone's like, oh, haha, what will it be? He would just eat like a handful of them just for his own entertainment to taste and like some of them taste like, I can't remember. There's like vomit and rotten fish and yeah, it's not
One of them
nice.
was pencil shavings.
Oh,
That's probably one of the better ones.
That's
right?
not too bad, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd eat pencil shaving flavour over like earwax flavour.
yeah, it was quite accurate.
Rotten egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and no, I don't live close to Area 51. I live in Maryland, East Coast.
But you can ask him about Area 51.
How's the summer been in Old MD this summer for you guys?
It is hot. The next couple of days are going to be like 99 degrees.
Wow.
Like
it gets
full
humid
humidity.
here. It gets really humid.
It's rough out here right now.
I wouldn't.
Is like 100 degrees like 40 something? Like how does it relate? I don't know.
Someone do a conversion for us.
I think 100 degrees is 37.6,
Okay.
roughly, give or take a point.
I mean,
Because
that's
100
been
degrees
hot.
is body temperature. And most people
Okay.
roll in the high 37s, 37.5 and up. for body
37.5 is a mild fever, isn't it? You're meant to be 36.5.
No, maybe 100 is 36.5. And conversions from imperials to metrics are not necessarily my forte.
More yours than mine.
No.
Yeah, it's 37.778 degrees Celsius.
Nice job.
Okay.
Nicely done, sir. This is when we
Maybe.
cue the song Maths.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have it ready to go at all times. Actually, I don't think I've done one of those little ones for the start of my show for that yet. I might have to get onto that. I'm running out of material. I keep repeating songs. G'day, Ty Hunsiker.
That was cool.
What's that? You liked it?
Yeah, your introduction. That was cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I've only got 8 uploaded to this thing, so I do subject myself to a fair bit of repetition over the last couple of months.
I might be
Did
able
we
to
say
source
this
some
was
new music.
91? Number 91. That's
What?
right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Sabine.
Sorry.
Yeah, is this your 91 number 91 stream?
It is my 91th.
Yep.
Yeah.
91.
Nice, congratulations.
Well, under this banner anyway. I'm sure I've probably done 150 streams all up, and probably more if you count all of the other people's streams that I've been on. But yeah, officially 91. I think there's been a few that have been hidden away as privates because of things that may have occurred on them.
They were too entertaining.
Those are probably the best ones. Though.
Yeah, right?
Probably. I mean, yeah, they probably had the best material, but there might have been 2 minutes of highly offensive stuff
That's
that they
awesome.
had to come down.
Exactly 2 minutes of it.
But I never ever delete them. I just put them as private so that, one day I might be able to go back and relive the hyper offensiveness. Pardon me.
Are you gonna do like a celebratory stream for 100 or something?
I don't know.
Choosing a number. Do something
think-
fun.
Unless you're a cricketer, 100 really doesn't mean anything, does it? Who cares about hundreds?
100 shots of beer in 100 minutes.
It's just a good
We'll play-
excuse to do something.
We'll play Centurion.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I know how that'd go down.
But did you say 100 shots of beer?
Yeah, you can't do bourbon. That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, 100 shots. I will be dead.
Yeah. I would, but did you die? Yeah, no, it's got to be beer.
Yes.
Beer or goon. Your choice, but yeah, it's
Beer.
something lower. Yeah, beer's the best idea. Yeah, you're keeping
Currently,
up.
currently
Keeping up.
I don't dislike that idea for a 100th stream. But it would suck if I was the only one doing it, you know?
No, you've got to get like everyone on board. Everyone who comes on is gonna give your party games a go.
Yeah,
And where do you get that many shot glasses on short notice?
you
You might just
only
have to
need-
keep refilling.
Yeah, you only need about two or three. Just keep going.
And I need a clock. I need a timer of some sort. You can't,
Yeah,
How
I'm
many
you can't,
beers
just
is
use,
that?
screen
I think?
timer.
can't just use one on your telephone. You've got to get a
No.
some kind of official chess timer or something for that.
Yeah.
You want one that's like up on your screen?
Yeah.
Everyone can watch.
That's true.
Everyone can see.
Now the restless flycatcher's back and I've closed the worm farm. You missed out, buddy. He hangs around all day and all night. Sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and he's still out in the backyard making his
Yeah,
little
nice.
noises.
Best little birds. Love them.
Yeah, I've been trying to determine if he is a restless flycatcher or a willy wagtail.
Is it just black and white or has it got blue?
Just black and white.
He's a willy.
He was
Lost. What are we talking about?
Little
Birds, sorry.
birds.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, the little noise.
If you heard that in the background, that's the willy wagtail that hangs around.
Oh, cool. You get all
Yeah,
sorts
what-
of cool creatures around there, huh? Just rolling past your house.
Yeah, and it seems that even though we're still in winter here, it seems that all of the springtime activities have begun.
Mhm.
There was
Yeah, they have.
a calf was born
Nice.
maybe 25 meters from where I'm sitting
Really?
last week. Yeah,
Awesome.
there's baby birds around. A little
Aw.
red-browed wrens. They seem to have lots of babies at the moment because you know when there's baby birds around because they make such more annoying noises than their parents do,
Hmm.
and they constantly have to make those noises to identify their location for their parents.
Hmm.
And some baby birds just make the most hideous noises. Baby kookaburras are one of my least favourite birds on the planet.
I love baby kookaburras though, because they're so stupid and noisy. They're just like crying all the time, but it's really cute.
Aw.
He's like, no, it's not.
It's not though. No.
It is.
I like that we get some owls at night that are kind of,
Yeah.
you can hear them communicating with each other from pretty far away at night. It's really it's creepy, but it's also cool to hear.
Yeah. Because trees surround us, so we can hear one from like the left, one behind us, and then one like across the street. Like, it's cool. We're surrounded.
Tosh.0 showed me that baby owls look like aliens too.
They do.
They stand upright with the big googly eyes, white feathers, and they look like little alien people.
Yeah,
And
they're
have you
freaky
seen-
creatures.
You've seen the ones where they lift their feathers up and their long legs are exposed?
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah,
don't know if I've seen that one.
That's definitely worth looking up on the internet. That is potentially the funniest thing I've ever seen on the internet.
It's pretty good, huh?
I think the barn owls look creepy. With the white faces.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They look creepy to me.
I like how they fly past and they are just noiseless. They do not make a single sound, but you just see this massive shape. I had one fly through the gap in my trees in the yard. I think it was probably last year sometime, but just this massive shape went past, and it took me a few seconds to click that was a big owl scooting through because it was just completely silent. You know, normally if a bird glides like that, you hear or something. Or
At my last house that I used to live at before this, we had like outdoor toilet. And one night I was going out to go to the toilet, and you had to like walk up this like kind of little hill, and suddenly just I didn't hear anything, and an owl came down and like grabbed something off the ground like right in front of me. I didn't hear a single thing, but it just like it came kind of from behind me and like whoosh and took off with I don't know what it even was. Probably a little mouse or something.
Yeah, you're about to stand on its dinner, so it had to step in.
Yeah. But it is amazing that they can creep up on you.
Yeah,
I bet it was startling.
aerodynamics of a very effective predator. G'day, Dreamweaver and Danny. How's it going? Yeah, we got cicadas down here, Ty.
You got noisy fuckers.
Lots of them.
What is it? The double drummer. They're like the noisiest cicadas on the planet, I think.
Jeez.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
G'day, Cody.
It's crazy sometimes, like when they're all going and like it hurts your ears.
Oh yeah.
They're just like all at once.
It's
funny.
like they somehow evolved to come out all at the same time, just so they can make all of that noise.
Yeah, I don't get it. They're supposed to take 7 years to go underground, but their species hasn't, like, the generations haven't verged from evolution to be different.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't it 17?
yeah,
17-year life cycle?
Bizarre. So bizarre that they're not all just different every year. You know, they're all the fucking same, but they all are separated by year gaps. Like, what?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That is interesting to think about.
G'day, Shana.
It's funny because we live like right in the woods practically, and we were expecting to get a bunch of cicadas around here, like all over us, because people like 45 minutes from us, they were everywhere, you know, cicadas everywhere, and they were so loud. So I thought, you know, with all the trees and everything here, there would be a ton, but we didn't get them around us where we live.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
We got real lucky.
Yeah, well, I
But-
think, like Ty says, I think there was it even made the news down here that America was plagued with cicadas this year because there was a big 17-year brood came out and they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Must be something about your neighbourhood they're not into.
I don't know.
Good. I'm glad they
Fine
don't
by
like
me.
it.
Yeah, they do get very, very noisy.
Hey Sarah, I've been wanting to ask you how's your art going?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
I'm still doing a lot of stuff all the time. I sort of had a bit of setback with COVID, and it's hard because lots of stuff, like you know, with all the lockdowns. So like if there's gallery stuff, they all close down or get locked up. But yeah, I've entered a couple of exhibitions and I got a first prize in one of them, which was really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
But otherwise, I'm just like still going along. What I'm hoping for is I want to do a big exhibition of my own, but I'm just like kind of trying to take it a bit slow and see what COVID's doing before I can get it happening. So
That's probably smart.
Hmm.
But I'm sure
That-
eventually you'll be able to do that, and it'll be awesome.
eventually, yeah. But like I don't want to like book something in and have it
Yeah.
all. Like I had something right before everything went off before, and it's like all prepped for it, and then it falls apart. So I'd rather just wait till I know it's going to be all good
Right. That's
and
smart.
all go. Yeah,
Yeah. You don't want to lose deposits and stuff. Like.
yeah.
That's
good,
that's
though.
correct, Fiztropic. You are correct. That's a fair statement. I feel nice.
Is Tropico one of your best customers?
I don't think so.
But Sarah, I see your posts, like your art on Instagram and stuff. So I know you're actively.
I try and yeah, I'm always making stuff, but I'm so crap at Instagram. It's just that I just can't bring myself to do it a lot of the time. or I prepare stuff to go post, and then I feel weird about it, and I don't post it. So, yeah, I'm not really very good at, I keep telling myself just go on every day and do all the things, but I'm not like. I do it sometimes. I'm like, yes, I'm doing it. It's been like seven days in a row, and then I'm like, I blink and I'm like, oh no, it's been like 3 weeks since I posted something.
It's okay. Your art is that nice that it can keep the internet happy for 3 weeks before we see something new.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Thanks.
nice art, give us a look at what you're working on.
Oh no, I'm not really working. I was painting a little cat.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know.
Cute. That's cute.
I've been doing some things. I was doing this guy here, but like,
Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool.
I can bring it in a bit.
Oh. I
But
like that.
It's nice.
It's just that I have this thing with art when I'm doing stuff, and it's like I just get the feeling, and so I do it. But then every now and then, it just stops. Whatever flow stuff is happening just stops, and then I can't keep working on the drawing. And if I try, I'll just wreck it. So I have to put them aside until they ask to be drawn on again.
Yeah.
So I've like. I've probably got like 100 half-finished ones that I'm just waiting for them to want to get finished.
That's a good start.
It's not up to me. That's how it feels anyway. Yeah. But yeah, they're piling up, all the half-done ones. I got heaps.
We still have what you sent us on the proud display.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that all worked out. Like, I was actually really happy at how it worked out.
Yeah, we were too. We
Yeah,
really
that's so
appreciated
cool.
that.
Yay!
Thank you.
It was meant to come to you, and I knew it was.
Yay.
Thank you.
We will cherish it forever.
Yay!
G'day, Riley. Rally. Oh, wait. Night. He's come in just to say good night.
See Jamaica.
Good night.
I must have missed him, maybe. Anyway, good to see you, mate. Swinging by. No, I forgot my train of thought. I had something else to say, but it's gone.
Zibin, do you own a lot of fish?
I've got a bowl of swordtails, and pretty much all my adult population died last year, or the beginning of this year.
Jeez.
But I had about 20 fry, or they're live bearers, so there's about 20 little babies all swimming around. So I haven't been able to do any water changes.
Yeah.
So I was like getting a bit antsy about their survival, and just put in a pump because they used to not have a pump. So just in a ceramic bowl outside, and Daphnia and little microbiology lives quite happily with them. So yeah, it's a bit of an experiment. But it's been going for about 8 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's just Alodia, weed, and moss.
I ordered 100 shrimp from BioAquatics, and they're doing awesome. I finally have a tank just full of different colored shrimp.
I
Nothing
want
else.
That's the
that.
best way to go.
Nothing but shrimp.
And is that what you ordered? Just a whole bunch of different colors, and you just chucked
Yeah.
them all together?
Yeah, I ordered 100 of them, and like they're just mixed colors. So I got
Nice.
greens and blues and reds and yellows, and it's awesome just seeing them all go crazy. Oh, I have one little auto in there. I have one little auto singless, but nothing else is going in there besides the shrimp.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think both
Nice.
myself and Scungy hold a Skittles tank in our near future.
Yeah, that's Skittles tank. I like that name.
Skittles tank?
Yeah, it's Skittles, like all different colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what they call them, shrimp?
Yes, that's how.
Multicolored shrimp. Oh, that's cute.
I think the only thing with Skittles tank is that if you do get the throwbacks to clears or just browns, then they're the only ones that you really want to remove, isn't it?
Yeah, but I got the plan for that. So the ones that are coming out brown, I'm gonna put in some of the other tanks that I have. So
Wouldn't you put it with pumpkin?
Chubster behind me.
Isn't it? I thought your parrot cichlid was called pumpkin.
That one died a while ago. Yeah, that one
Had
died.
two.
It sucks.
He passed away.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sore point.
No, it's all good. It's all good. That was one of the first fish I actually ever got for this entire fish room. I think that was one of the first ones. Yeah.
He was such a good parrotfish.
Yeah.
He would watch us all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right now we've
never-
got the bearded dragon, we've got newts, we've still got all the South American cichlids. Recently got some cribs that are just bred and should have
Which
little babies.
cribs?
I don't know. I don't.
Just
I
the
think
normal
they're
ones.
just the normal ones. Yeah, he only had the local fish store only had this one mated pair left, so I just grabbed that up because I could never find a pair of them. It's always just males usually.
Yeah, they're certainly one of the best fish for breeding feeder fish because they're very prolific breeders.
Yeah. Yeah, it only took him like a couple of days.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Into it.
Yep. And I have them in with the guppies right now, and they're doing fine. They're not really attacking the guppies at all. They kind of shoo them away, but there's enough space for them to have their own spot.
Yeah, I think
So,
after a guppy gets hammered by a crib a couple of times in the ribs, then they learn to stay down the other end.
Yep.
They're voracious parents.
Yeah, but it's all doing pretty well.
Very good, very good.
I just got a giant red-tailed cat, or not red-tailed catfish, a red-tailed shark.
Oh yeah.
I've never had one
Nice.
of those. I don't know. It was a good-looking one. So,
Yeah, it's really
What do you
cool.
got it in with? Because they can be pricks.
believe it or not, that was more part of the reason I got it. He's in with my jewel. Because the
yeah,
jewel
they
was
can be
having,
pricks.
yeah. So I got the jewel in there, and I got the red tail shark and 2 Buenos Aires tetras that are very big and chunky, and they're fast. They can take care of themselves, and that has kind of had a balance in it since I put that together.
Yeah, right. That's your prick tank.
Yeah, they're all a little bit ornery, but no one's actually like attacking each other. They kind of do a little bit of a chase once in a while, and that's fine.
It's like a
They
prick
give
balance
each
going
other
on.
the side eye, and that's enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
But it's always hard to
What?
find a tank mate for a jewel.
Very.
I once had a bowl full of gambusia, which are like introduced mosquito fish that they brought from Mexico to Australia. And the women are really bitchy, like they'll even eat their own children and stuff,
Oh,
like
no.
they're bad mannered. But I stuck them in a pond with guppies, and they handled each other pretty well. But then people were saying you can't put a fighter fish in with small fish because they'd munch them and have a go at them. But the gambusia hassled the fighter fish so much, or gave fight back, that the fighter didn't fight anymore. He was just so friendly.
Aw.
So you can train
Yeah, they
fish.
have personality.
Yeah,
You
you
never
can
know.
train fish. They remember.
Cute.
Yeah. You just got to give the
Natural
fighter
aquarium.
some fight back.
G'day, Ryan. How are you, mate?
Natural Aquariums is here to get his medical advice from the doctor.
From the doctor.
Smoke
free.
weed every day.
Feel free to
Is that
ask
your
your
slogan
medical
at work,
questions,
Steve?
and I'll pretend to know
Huh?
what I'm
Is that
talking
your
about.
slogan at work? Smoke weed every day.
I've got to stand up and go and wrestle a crocodile and then make a beverage, but it will look like when I return that I've just peed in a glass. I won't do that.
Recycling.
It works with mushrooms, but I'm not sure it works with liquor.
You know what? I'll join you.
I know what you want to do.
What's he gonna do? Smoke weed?
No, he'll do that right here, I guess. But
Yeah, right.
he's probably itching for a
Nice.
smoke outside.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you also
What's
in
it-
Australia?
Yeah. I live
Yeah.
down the road from Dr. Black.
Oh, cool. So you're
Yeah,
like
I'm like-
neighbors almost?
Look, it's about a 15-minute walk to his place. So,
Oh.
In
yeah.
the scheme of the world, like neighbors, but you know.
Yeah.
And are you close to them too, Sarah? Like, do y'all live pretty close?
I live further away. I live like half an hour's drive away out of town. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm in the distance a little bit.
Sometimes it's nice, you know? To
Yeah,
not be
I
mean,
reachable.
I like being away, but yeah.
Me too.
I love being out of town and, you know,
Yeah.
stuck. I just wish I was more sort of deep in nature. Where I live is kind of countryside, you know. There's little pockets of bush and stuff, and like I'm maybe 10 minutes from the beach and stuff. So like it's really nice. It's beautiful, but I like being more like really in the bush.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer.
Is that where you grew up, or?
Yeah, a little bit. I grew up spending like half my time out in the bush and half of my time near the beach, I guess.
Oh, that's perfect.
And in town, so yeah. But yeah. I just think when you're out in the bush, you've got like, you know, all the wildlife and stuff is good, and I think I find it good creatively and like, you know, emotionally. Like you just get to sort of, you don't have all of the noise of town and other people and stuff, and you just like really connect, and I feel calmer and happier.
Yeah, that's
when
the
I
same
live
thing
there.
I found. Yeah, that's good. I agree with you. I used to live in Montgomery County, like busy areas of Montgomery County, and when I moved just like 40 minutes away, like when I moved in with Scott here in like Frederick area, it's more country. There's a lot more open fields and space, and it doesn't seem nearly as crowded or busy around here. And like where we live specifically, like we only have one neighbor, and he's not even that close to us. And there's a lot of trees around us, so it feels like we're somewhere else, you know. And I don't like that. I don't like to be close to the craziness.
It's so nice not having neighbors.
Yeah, right. No one you can piss off in the middle of the night or whatever.
That's it. Noise doesn't matter, and their noise doesn't come to you. And like, you know, I like, you know, not having to worry about being completely dressed every time I walk out of my house. You know.
You got Blacky's attention. He looked up. He said, "What?"
Because I know it's true.
So, you know, it's hard to pull off when you live in town. Like, you know, I have lived in town, and yeah, I found it, and I moved there from being really out in the rainforest.
Is that the lighter? Yeah.
Yeah. Instagram obviously heard us talking about it because it was the first ad that had popped up in my Insta.
Yeah.
They're always listening.
That's so scary.
G'day, Jen.
Go off. If you're thinking of getting one, go off eBay. They're like half the price.
Yeah.
I know. I was just astounded how I hadn't even considered that as a thing, but all of a sudden it's the first ad in my Instagram.
Yeah. So I live further out of town than Dr. Black, and last week I stayed up till about 4 a.m. Because I heard koalas earlier on in the evening, and then heard them having a bit of a mating session, and went down and with my nice powerful torch I got some good footage of a male, a female, and a baby koala in the garden.
Aww, really?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
so precious. Yeah.
You put that video on your YouTube channel, didn't you?
Yeah, it's on the YouTube. Yeah, so if you want to check out some koala action, get on there and have a look.
Yeah, we'll check that out in your later video.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Well, old GRB, I wonder if that block of land might be in that Pete Evans schmozzle. GRB nearly bought a block of land near Ukai.
Right.
1980s, 13 grand. What a bargain that would have been. G'day, Stephen P, double M, triple A. Yeah. Got talked out of it. What kind of fool talked you out of such a sensible investment? You'd be able to sell that $13,000 block for $1 million now, especially if you would have built a shed or something on it. super expensive land there now.
Or you can like rent something out there for like, you know, little shed $1,000 a week or something. It's not quite that
Jeez.
bad, but
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
Well, what are the water cult, whatever those people are called? They're trying to get one going just out of Yukai there in the mountains.
I don't know.
Brett was telling me all about it not long ago. I think might even be the mob that Pete Evans is tied up with.
Who's Pete Evans?
Some dickhead who used to be a TV chef, but now he's a lifestyle guru and all that sort of nonsense.
Oh, no. A real cool guy then.
Basically, every syllable that comes out of his mouth sounds like it comes out of his ass.
Yeah.
We know people like that.
But I think a lot of people are wise to his antics now. Know that he's a bit of a bladder full of hot air, as it were.
He makes some good coconut water, though.
Does he?
Yeah. It's fucking delicious.
Even more reason
What?
for you not to like him, right, Blacky?
You don't like coconuts.
No coconut.
I think coconut crabs are kind of cool.
Coconut.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Coconut
That'd
giant
be
crabs.
nasty pair.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
you called that.
Are they good eating though? Because I'd have a crack at one of those. They look like
Nah.
they've got good, decent meat on them.
No,
Oh,
they
no.
they live too long. The big adults are tough and disgusting.
I'll take that advice.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah. You want young and
The half-size
tender.
ones.
Yeah, young and tender crustaceans. If you can eat cockroaches, sea cockroaches.
Yep.
And they've apparently they're the red ones that do that annual migration across the island. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's been some bug that's been killing them off, and now they're introducing some biological control to try and stop that bug. It's like a wasp or something.
Could be.
It doesn't-
Yeah.
It doesn't even eat the crab flesh; it just murders them and goes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brutal.
So now they're trying to introduce some other biological control that's safe. We all know how great biological controls have gone in the past.
Mm.
Never goes wrong.
That's funny. I was just showing Paige here about cane toads the other day.
Yeah.
That whole dilemma.
Yeah, how stupid were people back then? Because they introduced the cane toads to deal with the cane beetles, but the cane beetles mostly hang out in the higher levels of the sugar cane. Cane toads don't climb up there,
Mm.
so they're lucky they might get 1% of the larvae or a beetle trying to crawl from larval stage up the stalk of a sugar cane.
Mm.
That really, really wasn't thought through properly.
No.
And carp and trout, and I mean trout's all right, they don't do too much damage, but carp, just because a few old posh fishermen back in the 1800s wanted to fish in the rivers, let's chuck some carp in there.
Mm.
Dickheads.
And then they gambusia. Well, they get called
that-
guppies in Australia, but they're not guppies. They're fucking ugly, brown, boring.
And they
Livebearers.
brought them in to control mosquito larvae, and mosquito larvae form such a small portion of the gambusia's natural diet.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Smash native fish, yeah.
I guess it's easy to speak of such things when we've got so much more information and facts than what they had, 100 or so years ago.
Okay.
I just have to mute for a second.
Very good, sir.
You had a Ralph.
No, my sinuses were clogging. I might have the
Okay.
Delta variant. Apparently,
Oh, no.
sinus congestion is a symptom
no.
of that.
Mm.
But that's a bit clearer. Crikey, Stephen, double M, triple I. Forceful. What was your question? Thanks. Stephen P is asking you, Ryan, does your stream have a topic tomorrow? Plants, mayhaps. Because obviously Stephen is missing out on Corvus's awesome plant advice. Damn it, I didn't mute that one. So he needs a dose of plant information from Ryan tomorrow.
My best plant advice is just to buy a Nubius and it'll be just fine. It'll be just fine. Just
What's
put it
the
in
other
water.
one? That pom-pom one that I like that I just seem to have no trouble with at all. I always forget what it's called.
Yeah, but it's not very attractive, that pom-pom one. At least the Anubias is quite pretty.
Until it gets covered with blackbeard.
Yeah,
We don't talk about that though. I'm looking at one right now that I'm trying to let the shrimp take care of. It's got some blackbird algae on it.
Hey, I heard a new one the other day from Bentley Pasco. Liquid carbon. You know how a lot of people treat the blackbeard with hydrogen peroxide by injecting it while it's in the tank on site? He was saying that liquid carbon does the same thing to blackbeard. And then as soon as it turns red, then all of your shrimp and whatever other algae eaters can eat it easier because it's not so, I don't know, woody textured or something.
Are you going to try it out? Because
I've got to find out where I can get some liquid carbon from first. I assume it's probably a fish tank shop kind of object.
I would love to see some of your blackbeard infested tanks not have that anymore. Yeah. That would be really cool.
It would be. I think I have, 3 tanks with blackbeard problems currently, and that's 3 too many. I know when my son's 6x2x2 was overtaken with blackbeard algae, and the blackbeard crop just looked amazing. It really looked good, but that's the only ever time I've seen it looking fantastic.
I think it would have the potential, like if it wasn't something that took over everything and you could sort of like control how and where it was growing, it has the potential to not be horrific in that way. But because you can't control it, then it just ruins nice things.
Yeah. What cocktail did you make, Ryan? Ryan's making cocktails over there. And where's ours?
That's a good idea.
You out?
She's like, let me get a
Refill.
I'm gonna show this.
It's good that me and Scungy are staggering our drinks though.
Hang on.
You need this?
Okay. No? Yes.
That looks cool.
Yeah, see, it kind of fits with that scheme, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of alien and weird always.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a time and place.
I had many more crypts, but then I had a heater malfunction I didn't know about, and the heater was just full blast going crazy and killed all my plants, except for the Anubias.
Yeah, Anubias is bloody bulletproof.
And the one auto.
What is there tiny fish in there that I can see? Is that your crib fry?
No, that's just one little auto singless in there. The rest are shrimp. Everything else in here is shrimp.
Tank. Right.
Yeah, everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Very good.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to see that wall of tanks behind you. It does return me to, I can't remember who asked it earlier in the stream. I think it was Tropico. Said, how do you even fit people in that room?
Well, there's room behind those tanks to walk around, and then there's the kitchen stuff, and I can't turn it very well.
You don't see it.
Yeah.
It's like
But yeah, there's some room. But we like having the couch surrounded by fish tanks. It just feels kind of cool.
yeah.
It looks
Oh,
cool.
for sure. Looks
Like
awesome.
we're immersed in it, and we both
Yeah,
agree
you-
if we ever got rid of them, it would feel really strange in here. Would not feel like home anymore.
And it's like if you have more than 2 or 3 people over, you just go and sit on the lawn.
Right, right.
We got a little bar to the to my whatever this way is. We got a bar over there and stuff you can sit in. And yeah, I like it. I like having it all surrounded like that. Everyone seems to pass out on that couch though due to all the bubbling noise and stuff.
White
Like
noise.
all my friends and like
I always
it's just you'll see them just like slowly start bobbing their head and close their eyes.
Yeah.
They're having flashbacks to the womb.
Oh yeah. I'll show our little
Yeah, he's gonna show
bearded
some
dragon.
reptile.
Hello.
Isn't he cute?
Oh yeah.
Aw, he's saying.
Potentially one of the most successful Australian exports ever. Bearded
Right.
dragons,
Sure.
blue tongues.
So sweet.
Oh, what's he having a munch on?
He loves his mealworms and
Oh,
he
yeah.
loves peas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yummy.
He's so funny. He likes to
Oh.
be hand-fed, I think, more than he likes to do it himself.
Hello. His eyes almost looking like a chameleon. That's rad. Well, they've morphed so much from the breeding programs. It's amazing.
Yeah, we love him.
G'day, Jimmy P. Nice to see you too.
Because the naturals are also so
Yeah,
darker.
all the weird stuff in the alien house, you know? Just
Wouldn't
weird
have
stuff.
it any other way.
Yeah, I don't know, just different stuff.
We had
what
a
were you saying, Sabine?
the bearded dragons that are natural here in Australia are always a lot darker than that.
Oh,
With
really?
That's not entirely
hints of
true.
yellow. Really?
Z-Beam.
Really?
Yeah, what I believe the derivative that Scotty has there is a inland bearded dragon, which are quite often quite pale.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the ones that are endemic to our east coast are definitely a lot more orangey, dark brown.
Yeah, with
than the
yellow
ones you get in the
hints.
desert.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
We-
I would imagine it's an evolutionary thing that they don't want to get too hot, so they went with the lighter colours instead.
Makes sense.
We've
we
seen
had
some
one-
that look kind of orangish.
Yeah, there have been some cool
Yeah,
red
right.
ones around.
Yeah, right. We had one in the pool nearly drowned. Like every time I went to scoop it out of the water, it would go deeper and it just stayed on the bottom and nearly drowned. So I managed to get out of the pool and it was like nearly half dead. So I had to grab it by the tail and shake it.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
And it spewed up all the water and
Oh my goodness.
I
Such
put it
a
in the
little
sun
body.
yeah, no, it was a big guy. It was
Yeah,
a
they do mouth.
big
the
one.
mouth.
No, I just shook it and it got all the water out.
Jeez.
And then it warmed up in the sun and ran away.
Aw.
But yeah.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of funny to like try to picture. You know?
Yeah,
It's
shake,
really
shake,
rough.
shake. Yeah.
Back and forth.
I was worried its tail was going to fall off because they drop their tail sometimes as well.
But
And
you
another
got saving
time-
it.
Yeah, I saved it. And another time, a mother laid all its eggs right near the footpath at the front of the house. So I had to carefully excavate and dig up all the eggs and incubate them for a couple of months.
Oh wow.
And then they started to hatch, and some friends were over, and I was like, "What's this for a magic trick?" You know, they had the egg teeth, and they were trying to scrape out. So I was like, just rush the process and rip them open, and they were like curled up in a ball on your hand like a little dragon,
Aw.
with their tail wrapped around them a few times. And then when they realize that they're out of the egg, their eyes open and they realize they're alive, and they just spring and run. It's so cool.
That's cute.
We almost
Yeah.
wanted to order a red-eyed skink because they look so
Yeah.
much like cute little dragons, but I decided against it. I don't know.
Okay.
They're
Where are they
hiders, I
native to?
hear. I can't remember.
With a name like that, it sounds like it could be Australian.
I can't remember.
We like to keep our names pretty simple down here. Bearded
Yeah.
dragon, red-eyed fish, blue lizard.
Well, that way you know what you're getting, right? Or
Yeah.
for the most part.
No advertising
Clear.
pretense.
They are from New Guinea.
Yeah.
The red-eyed crocodile skink.
Cool.
Is it a Tiliqua species or is it not?
I don't know what that even means.
You guys
It's
know
what
that
we-
animated movie, the How to
How to
Train a
Train Your
Dragon?
Dragon.
It's kind of like those dragons. That's what it reminds me of. With the
What's
big
its
eyes.
scientific name? Oh wow, it
Oh,
looks
it's cute.
Looks more like
A
a gecko
gecko.
than a skink.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tiny. They don't get too big.
Yeah, right.
Sarah, you're muted.
I am.
There you go.
Why? Why didn't you get it? That's adorable.
I
Isn't it
know.
cute?
Like this one.
Mm.
Oh,
It's really cool.
Wow, it is just like the How to
Like a
Train Your
miniature-
Dragon dude.
Yeah.
it really is. It's pretty wild. But they hide a lot, is what I've heard. They kind of just like to
Yeah.
That way we decided against it.
hide.
All
Yeah.
you get to see is a little bit of red from a shadow somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
this is the
highlight of your
one.
day.
It's like, I
This
saw
is the one that
skink
gets people to
today.
buy them, though. Little baby on top of the mom.
Mm.
Aw.
That's so adorable.
Wow, if honestly, if you showed me that picture without telling me it was a skink, I would believe it was a gecko first and a dragon second, and then a skink.
Yep.
Yeah. Has got that look, hey?
It's got looks of everything but skink, except for the scale pattern sort of on its neck there. That certainly resembled skink action.
Yeah, the other skinks are much more like smooth and long and I don't know.
Oh,
We tried forever to get like the fire-bellied toads and stuff, but they don't even sell them anymore because of some some mold or some parasite that they all have coming over from Asia. So they
Yeah, right.
stopped
Actually,
the
we've-
import.
We've got a lot of frogs dying up and down the east coast and toads as well from some fungal bacterial infection that's going through the frog population. It's been very interesting. We've got the universities up and down the coast asking for people to submit photos of dead ones that they've found.
Jeez.
Really?
So they must really want to jump in and try and combat this, because I imagine it's probably a similar thing coming out of Asia that's not endemic to here.
How do you even stop a fungus, though? I mean, how do you even? Like,
In the West.
You know,
We've got some good-
our governments have invested billions in other futile endeavours, so why not add another one to the list?
I hope the froggies. Please.
We've got some good breeding programs down in Adelaide where it's out of the fungal zone of the East Coast. So if our populations do get decimated, we can just import a whole bunch of force-bred green tree frogs back into the environment once the fungus burns out. So there's some hope, but you know, it's pretty tragic for the local guys in the meantime.
Yeah. Oh, I have a strange feeling that it might have been snuck out there in the frog population to try and control the cane toads. As
Could
our
be.
cane toad progress
it all
ever
comes back
further
to the
south.
cane toads.
Yeah. The green tree frog breeding program is pretty cool though. Like 1 in every 1,000, I think it is, makes a frog without the blue gene, so they're yellow,
Oh yeah.
and then 1 in every 10,000 has no yellow, so it's turquoise blue.
Oh, cool.
But you need two blue males and 2 blue females to get, and then their offspring to breed, and then you get 50% blues. So no one's ever done the breeding program to get just pure blues or pure yellows, but that'd be a fun endeavor.
Probably worth a mint too, because those blue ones go for a hell of a lot of money in the trade.
Oh fucking oath. Yeah. Yeah.
Even the yellow ones go for a hefty price, but definitely the blue ones are hyper expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with the green tree python. They've got a similar morphology. I know in America they've got a fair few yellow ones, which are like, I think they're like a couple of $100,000 for a big adult yellow.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah. I've seen one adult green tree python in the garden in 20 years of being here. And that was a fucking fantastic sight. Such a huge, big specimen.
There, where you are.
Yeah. Big emerald green python.
Wow, I didn't even know they were endemic to here. Unless
Oh,
it was
yeah.
an escaped pet.
Could have been.
Yeah, I've never seen one ever in the
Yeah, they're
wild.
like Cape York, very, very far north Queensland material.
Right. Could have been an escape pet then.
We only get crappy black snakes here.
Crappy black snakes. Is that the technical name?
Yes, absolutely. They're ornery and they're cranky, and they're not.
Is that a king snake or a rat snake?
I think it's called a black snake, but it might
It's
be.
called a black snake.
I think so.
So Americans do name some things like Australians do as well.
That's true.
That's
It might be
snake.
a rat. Though.
It's
It might
black.
be a rat snake.
It's a black snake. My favourite one is the red-bellied black snake.
Well, if you know what we're talking about, we're all
You
the
don't
same
get
age.
more straight than that.
Yeah.
But then you
Especially if they're
got
poisonous. Like, let's know what we're talking about.
you got this other one called a small-eyed snake, which is also a black snake with a red belly, but a different snake completely.
With small eyes.
Instead of picking on its colouring, they went for the shape of its eyes instead. That's a snake.
Because red belly
That's
black
small
snake
eyes.
was already taken.
Yeah, it was already booked. What's the next most redeeming feature about this creature? Oh, it's got tiny little eyes. Small-eyed snake. So,
I thought they all had small.
yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, smaller.
I've handled a few small-eyed snakes in my time, and to me, their eyes aren't that much smaller than several other snakes.
Right.
But then we have big-eyed snakes like the doll eyes. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. Their eyes are some of the best eyes on the planet. G'day, Terry.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I think we're going to call it a night, but thank you so much for having us on. We definitely haven't been streaming in a while and appreciate the invite.
It was so nice to be here.
Hey,
It's so good to see you guys.
Yeah.
it was
So good
it
to
was
see you guys.
it was serendipitous that Corvus went to Peru because I knew that you guys and us needed to get together on a stream ASAP.
For
Yeah,
sure.
we have
And,
been wanting to, for sure.
Absolutely.
We made it happen, and what we should do is not make it so long in between next time.
I agree. I promise.
And we want to get back into it too, honestly.
Yeah, we got to
So
find a time
maybe
to
this
get
will
it
help
going.
kickstart that a little bit.
Yeah,
Now that I
good.
found my stuff and got everything set up again, yeah.
Well, you guys look good on camera. Your studio looks superb. You sound good.
Thank you, guys.
Good life.
You've got all the banter. So I'm just trying to be really encouraging so you get back into streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
With our Dunkin' Donuts sweet tea in the
Oh,
background.
you
and-
gotta have it.
Thank you very much again, though, guys.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night,
Right.
everybody, and we'll
See
won't be
ya.
strangers, I
And
promise.
nice to meet you.
Thanks
you guys
heaps for
so
popping
You
much.
back.
too, good.
Beats.
Bye.
All right, take care, guys.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All the fish tanks were loud, weren't they?
I only just realised that too.
I also, as soon as once they're gone, that's good.
Brr. Fish tankers, brr.
Because I've often wonder about how loud mine are, but I don't really ever notice the sound of them in the stream. But I guess if you've got a wall of them around you,
Yeah.
they're going to enter the microwave a lot easier. It was like hours ago, and I'm still making the same mistake. Oh, do you know which one you had, GRB? Your legless? If it was black, it wasn't a Burton's. Shining body with black head. Oh, I'm really struggling to remember my legless lizards.
It's because you are a bit legless.
Hopefully that comes later, not now. Still the middle of the day. Still stuff to do.
Yeah.
Any googly eye snakes? I guess the closest we come to googly eye snakes is the doll's eye, the night tiger, the brown tree snake.
Yeah, Sarah. Bearded lady.
As soon as you mentioned your beard, Scungy, Beast ducked out to the bottle real quick to go and pick up some bearded lady. I've been trying to encourage her to grow it out, but she refuses to.
No.
It's just like it. I've got a mole on my chin, and it started out at first having one hair, but now it has a forest of hairs. It's like 9 hairs. Let them grow. I want to plait them one day. Well, my main thing about growing them is just being able to like feel that wise like beard stroking feeling.
Yeah, nothing better.
Yeah, but
do it.
You know,
I'll give you
maybe I will.
I'll give you $2 a week for however long you let it grow out for. That's like if you let it grow for 10 weeks, that's $20, honey.
$20.
I think that the reward of growing it out will be larger than $2 a week. Like, you know, you can keep your $2 if I decide to do it. Unless, like, if you're like, I want to give you like this significant thing for growing, like we can tie those things together.
Like I should give you a significant thing for you to grow your beard out.
Yeah.
Mate, like some kind of right. So in other words, you owe me 6 months worth of beard. Considering you've had my car for about 6 months, so yeah, that probably 6 months worth of beard would be.
But that wasn't a beard deal. I said I'll do the beard for nothing. But, if you want to do something else, we can tie them together. That's what I'm saying.
What about, I'll make you the same deal that I made with my dad. That if he grows a beard, I'll shave mine off.
Okay, well, I shall keep shaving my beard then.
Scungy hates my face that much. She just doesn't want to see it hairless.
Don't want to see it.
I'm shaving tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
you do the half cut thing. That's the new style.
Just have half.
What, like just have half of your face?
Yeah, half your face is clean shaved, the other half is bearded. Pretty silly.
I thought the only time that was done was for those duets where that was like man side, lady side, and they could do both parts of the duet.
Yeah, and then there's the monkey beard where you do the sideburn connecting to the beard and then around. That's like a monkey tail. That's retarded.
Yeah, mine.
Those ones that you sent me that had like where the guys had the strip, and they keep like the front strip of the hair coming down around. That's really nice. That's so nice. They're getting all the ladies, those guys. I tell you.
All the wrong ladies, perhaps.
Yeah.
I could be tempted to do that helmet strap one though. Because one day I'll cut all of this stuff off again soon.
Yeah, but you don't have the right line for it.
Yeah, I know. I'm still prepubescent in a lot of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Where just the facial hair, like my moustache does not meet my goatee. My sideburns does not meet my moustache. I just can't do any of those fun ones.
But like to have that band, you need the like hairline
Oh,
that's
yeah,
like
you need-
straight
you
at
need-
the front.
Yeah, you need hair on the front of your head. Mine's all disappeared from there. My hairline used to be down here somewhere. Jeez. These
You're
never
right.
used to exist.
Character-driven hairline. That's good.
I guess I've got to work out my own one and then try and make all of the other idiots emulate my awesome style. But I've got no solid lines.
I'm sure you could find something creative to make out of it.
I'm weird. I got these triangles here, and then it curves around like a circle, and then there's another triangle on there.
Well, I always found it really interesting on, like, because I mean, I guess everyone has their different like hairline and stuff, but like on men's faces, where the hair just decides to grow because everyone's got, their own like unique shape. It's like it's just cheek, and your body's just decided this is the section that I'm giving hair to. And this is how I find it kind of fascinating.
Well, mine are weird as well because I get like random ones out here in these spots where
Lone Rangers.
No, they're scouts. I like to call them scouts. They're reconning new territory, but they're never going to make it.
Pluck you, Scout.
Exactly, I do. No point shaving them. They'll just be there tomorrow. So pluck them. So it takes them 2 weeks to get back.
Yeah.
But do they do the same thing? Because like with the mole that I have, what used to happen was that I would like it would seem like there was no hair on it. There's no hair, and then one day there's a long hair. All of a sudden. Fast. Like, do these ones come up like that? Like they're just like they're waiting, and when it's their time, they come?
Sometimes,
maybe.
Yeah.
I guess because I've been tending to my scouts for a long time, I'm always like running my finger across, and when I feel, a millimeter or two sticking out, I pull it out because they're annoying hairs.
Messing with the program. Oh, the other weekend I got on a binge. It was a friend's birthday, so they went to bed and I stayed up, and I listened to Limp Bizkit for the first time in years, and I was like, this is really cool. And then during the time that I was watching it, they were playing at Lollapalooza in Chicago. And then the next day I got to watch them do their Lollapalooza gig, and Fred Durst with his old man get up. Have you seen that? It's fucking hilarious.
Were you really drunk last week on the stream?
No.
He wasn't on the stream last week.
Might have, but when did he talk about the Limp Bizkit Lollapalooza stuff? We spoke about that with Corvus.
I can remember talking about the Limp Bizkit stuff, but maybe it wasn't with Josh. Or maybe I'm pretty sure he wasn't there last week.
Yeah, it might have been the week before because he sent me a link to the video. No, I'm sure it was last week. Was it last week that we spoke about that, or the week before?
Oh, maybe I've forgotten. Oh, sorry.
That's that's my default question when it seems like someone's forgotten something. Were you drunk?
Maybe. I only had 2 drinks last stream.
Were you on last week? Like, I don't remember having 4 of us up last week.
Yeah, I wasn't on for long.
He was here, but then generally if we're going to talk about Bad Batch, I think Josh decides to split.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but anyway, if you want to refresh people's memories about the Limp Bizkit stuff, because I've really got to go and disappear for a second.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. It was so much fun hearing all the old shit played again. Anyway, if I'm repeating myself, fucking slap me. Fucking hell. What else has been going on? Have you heard some good music lately, Sarah?
For me, I have not heard some good music lately, but I mean, I'm basically just in my house, and most of the stuff that I watch or see online is something that I'm seeing with my kids. I'm like very boring at the moment.
Okay. How old's your oldest?
He's 17.
Okay, you should be getting into some good music by now then.
Yeah, well, he's always liked music, but he likes his sort of stuff that he's into. He likes lots of like trance kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's all. Like it, I like in the right situations or whatever. But that's it makes it. I ask him like what are good things and stuff, and he's like, oh, he doesn't really like have, there's this artist and it's this thing and you should listen to this song. He just likes stuff that'll take him like to a certain place when he's listening.
Who's this?
Sarah's oldest.
Yeah. He used to kind of make some music actually when he was young, a little bit. And he used to like doing that kind of thing, but then he hit some wall at about 14, I think 15.
Okay.
And,
probably video games.
Yeah,
That wall impacts a lot of young men.
Yeah.
And some old men.
Some
Yeah.
of them.
I watched a documentary a couple of nights ago about a video game called Wipeout and its origins, about how these guys in London went to the pub and they were like brainstorming and said, it'd be really good if we recreated this experience that the guy had where he was playing Mario Kart and he couldn't beat it because of the music. So he decided to stick on some trance and play Mario Kart with his own music in the background, and he clocked the game. And he was like, what's going on here? Why is the music affect my gameplay so much? So they came up with this idea to make this anti-gravity racing game with decent music on the PlayStation, and it paid off. And so many people subscribed themselves to being DJs because of Wipeout. It was that influential. And yeah, the music in Wipeout is so good. Like, it's the game with the best soundtrack that's ever, every release they've done has outdone the previous one. So cool.
I definitely think that's like the thing of like tying together good music and gaming, because most of the music that they do, they just don't put enough thought into it, and it becomes, I find it nauseating.
Yeah.
So like I love playing, but the sounds that they have on.
Yes. Yes. Michael's got the original. Oh, it's Wipeout. Yeah, Wipeout 2097. They're the soundtracks or the games?
The soundtracks, man.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Look, it says it right there.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. They're worth a pretty penny. God damn it. Oh, yeah. Lucky man. Where'd you score those?
No.
Ah, it's gone. Ah.
I hope that's, like a
it could be just in one of the other cases. That's when mine are missing, I have to just check the other cases.
The original one exists.
That's the good shit right there. Oh, man.
Or
Future Sound of London.
I might have to give that a whirl and see if it still works. But absolutely fantastic, trancey, beatsy, housey soundtracks. And when that first one came out, I just absolutely murdered that game. Sorry, I'm talking with a ciggy hanging out my mouth. That's not a very, very good look for a host.
Yeah.
But great games.
Yeah.
But like most games, I always get to a level where I'm just not progressing any further because my coordination and ability to game are not 100%.
Not anymore. Yeah, we had a crack at me and Emma had to go 2-player, and she absolutely murdered me. Even though she was like 7 out of 8 and I was 8 out of 8, but I was just so crap out of practice. So much fun though, and just so people know, the Wipeout chips are all fishy themed. Piranha, Harimo. There's a lot of fish references in Wipeout.
What mask, Doug? Yeah, I've had that as well. Natural aquariums where you're really struggling with the game. You chuck. Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Chuck your own music on in the background.
No, don't do that.
I'm trying to see it.
You can see it.
Yeah, it's
My eyes
rad.
aren't as young as yours.
Like a lizard person.
It's like a bearded dragon, but the beard's on
Can't
top
make
of
all
the
the
head.
details.
Yeah, because you're only on the tiny screen. If I was on a bigger screen, or
I
if
think it's
IMAX,
more about the camera resolution.
I was just going to say, yeah, if IMAX came with the ability to up your camera resolution.
Mama, what does the cat want? Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. Sorry,
The cat
I didn't
wants
mean to
some
do that
blue.
aloud. I don't know if it does want blue.
It
Did you
does.
know, Michael, that the game disc on the first track is the game data, and then the tracks after it on the original PlayStation disc are all the soundtrack anyway?
I did not know that. But I did have the original on the original PlayStation,
Yeah.
but I don't recall if I ever chucked it in my CD player. CD players, they're a bit of a thing of the past, aren't they?
I still use them. Love it.
Well, that's why I was so easily able to access the soundtrack, is because I have 2 completely chock-a-block full milk crates of my old CDs. And
Nice.
that's the cold collection. So there's approximately 700 CDs there or something.
Nice.
Maybe not quite 700. I was just chucking a random number out there. But yeah, they're still sitting outside here from when I rescued them from their previous housing. But, you know, I rescued them from reasonable, safe, dry conditions, and now I've got them out here where they might get dripped on in the mornings, but I don't have anywhere to go and put my milk crates of CDs.
Okay. Those PlayStation 1 games go for a pretty penny. I got a copy of a game called Team Buddies, and that is worth about $500 on eBay these days for a complete box with the instructions. Team Buddies, one of the best games ever made, and so underrated.
What about
Wipeout would go for a fair bit too.
Well, it's a fantastic game. One of my sons sent me a picture the other day of remember the old Nintendo handheld games?
Yep.
And he sent me a picture of Donkey Kong for $70 on eBay.
Wow.
And I still have a Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Well, he's got it in his cupboard down there, and I said, you know, we might hang on to that for a couple of years, and it might be worth $100.
Yeah.
As long as I'll get him to take the batteries out, so no batteries explode in it or anything and ruin it for life.
Yeah. Once they leak, they damage the internals.
Yeah.
Emma's got a calculator from when she was in high school, so it's a good. She's 50, so it would be when she was
45
18
years old.
Yeah, and it still fucking works. And we went to it stopped working one day, and we went to change the batteries, and I had to take it away because we were at a shop, and I remembered that behind the calculator in the case that it's in, there's like a gap that you can hide stash stuff. So I was like, hang on, Emma might have stashed something in there in her high school days. I better go do this secretly so no one sees. And I cracked it open. There wasn't anything in there, and I took open the back and didn't have a slide for the batteries at all. Like, you have to unscrew the thing to get the batteries, and there's no battery case. I'm like, how does this even work? What is this magic? It's a calculator that doesn't need batteries. It's like, does it take power from the key presses? I don't fucking know. That's so weird.
Well, I think when I required a scientific calculator at high school, they were solar powered, and they garnered enough power off the fluorescent lights of the classroom to actually function correctly.
Yep. Wild. Hey, this one doesn't even have the solar panels. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
You just have to shake it. It runs on kinetic energy.
Yeah, right. Runs on
Shake
thought
it for
power.
20 minutes before each exam.
Yeah. Shake.
Shake that mathsy. G'day, Lonnie. How's it going? Speaking of multiple CD changes, Ryan, I had I may have even spoken about it on this stream before, but I had a Sony 5-disc player, and it would always play, like if I left the same 5 discs in it and played it on shuffle, it would always play shuffle in the same order.
Yep.
It's like, get your act together, Sony. That's a terrible algorithm.
True randomness is hard to actually do.
Hard to knuckle down.
Yeah.
How serendipitous it was that I had those Wipeout soundtracks on the top layer too.
That's pretty good.
My milk crates are two layers deep. As soon as I'd looked across the first one, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to start digging CDs out here to find these. And I was right on the next one.
Nice. Meant to be.
I might have just cracked a case putting them back in, though. Bloody GRB, you're probably sitting on a gold mine, mate.
Has he got the PlayStation 1 games?
No, it's Coleco handheld games.
Oh, yeah. Not as sexy as the Nintendo ones, but still pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a but I don't know, it was probably the 80s, and we had a Space Invaders one and a Scramble one and a Pac-Man one. But we thrashed those things, so I doubt they'd still work, whether they're even findable. Well, Pac-Man, Jesus Christ, I put some yards on it. How has Pac-Man not had a reboot? Oh, it probably has. It's probably
too basic.
Pac-Man. Too basic.
Yeah.
I have a strange feeling that basic is similar to retro, though. There's a time and a place for it.
Well, it's just maybe it's as good as it can be for its format, so there's no need for them to, like, you know,
upgrade.
Once you start doing more things to it, then it takes it away and makes it something different. Like it's, you know, it hit the mark with its simplicity.
It got a bit of a mention in a movie called Pixels that's quite terrible, where the aliens picked up on signals of video games and send video games to come and attack the planet. And yeah, it's a terrible movie. I think it's got Adam Sandler in it.
Adam Sandler, yeah. I've never
horrible.
seen it.
Yeah, horrible. But still nostalgic for those who remember things like Centipede and Pac-Man and shit like that.
And isn't that the reason why Nokia phones are still successful, is because of Snake?
Snake, yeah. And they're
People
unkillable
just
breeds.
still want to play Snake.
Yeah. The iPhone with Flappy Bird on it would go for a couple of $100 for a while when they deleted the app. But that fad died down pretty fucking quick because it's just a shitty game. Flappy Bird.
What's that?
Your bird, you got to press the screen and it goes up a little bit, and you got to fly through gaps in walls. And it's just like a really basic game, but the guy who made it really quickly and released it for like 99 cents or something and sold millions of copies of it. And yeah, it was a bit of a shit game, but it attracted a lot of attention.
Yeah, and he removed it
Yeah.
because he didn't like the attention that it got, because it got him so much attention, and probably filled his bank balance quite successfully as well. So why not remove it?
Yeah.
I have enough money now, thank you. I have 2 million in the bank. I don't need any more. That'll do me for until I release the next piece of shit.
Yeah.
Any questions? If we don't have any questions from the panel, I mean, not from the panel, from the crowd, we might call it quits and finish up, hey?
Okay.
I probably will want to go soon regardless, because
Irregardless.
Irregardless? What does that mean?
That's one of my favourite shit words that people use. Haven't you heard that one?
No,
Yeah,
I don't know that one.
It's one of my pet hates. Instead of saying regardless, some people say irregardless. It's like, you're just fucking making up words, mate. Calm down.
Oh, it doesn't beat just saying. Like if someone says something and then they add just saying at the end of what they've just said, it's like, do you think I'm that dumb? I heard you. And then even worse, on Facebook or some shit, they write just saying, and it's like, you didn't just say it, you wrote it. You just typing. Exactly. Fucking idiots. Oh.
Yeah, I can honestly say I can only use just saying in a term of cynicism, a moment of cynicism, I should say.
Yeah.
Because, it has that edge of ick about it.
Yeah, it's mimetic virus.
I could go on for days about words that shit me that they're said wrong. Etc. Etc. I hate that one. Supposedly. I hate that one. They're my two worst. Exactly, Jimmy P. Irrespective is a word. But the other one that I said, what was the other one?
Irregardless.
Irregardless, yeah. Irregardless is not. Stop using irregardless, people. It's not a word. If you want to use irrespective, feel free. Go ahead. That's an actual word. But irregardless is not. And please start saying etc. Supposedly.
Ask.
I asked him the price and he said $7. Is that too much to ask?
I'll wipe my ass.
Kind of misused, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened, Jimmy P, but that's no excuse for bad grammar. English speaks.
We'll see. Sort of. So similarly, I mean, I like words. So I like deliberate mispronunciations and deliberately made up words. But yes, find them also kind of irritating when it's not on purpose. And also, I was like raised with like really proper speaking, and like my eldest sister, she was like 10 years older than me and sort of like instrumental in bringing me up. I mean, she turned out to be an English teacher, but she was like the biggest spelling grammar Nazi. And so I was sort of like grown to have this sort of healthy respect as well. And then I was reading an article the other day basically saying that things like proper spelling and stuff are just becoming unimportant in a modern world, and where a lot of people have, you know, multiple languages and things, it's like it doesn't matter anymore if you know how to spell. And it's also, you can't bring up somebody spells something wrong. It's like, you know, it's really disrespectful to say that they're pronouncing or spelling things incorrectly, or, you know, making up words. And because made up words are becoming so much more, you know, accepted as our common words, it's like you can no longer be this person who's fixated on spelling and grammar anymore. It's no longer socially acceptable to do.
Well,
I refuse to accept that. I'm going to continue.
I was like,
spellings and pronunciations.
I actually enjoy reading misspelt text more than reading properly spelt text, because you can actually read properly spelled stuff and it puts you in like a trance where you're not actually thinking about the words, you're just reading. And sure, that's great for imagination. Like if you're reading a book and it's got really good visuals and your imagination's going right off the Richter while you're reading. But when you read misspelt stuff, you're actually thinking about what you're reading way better.
You're a little bit more engaged, you reckon?
Yeah, and it's all a little bit more alive, because all of the, you know, all of the correctly spelled things, it's like you know, formulas or ingredients that we already know, and once you're like playing with that, it's more dynamic to
I think
engage with.
There's a future where novels are deliberately misspelled throughout the whole book, and it's like it'll piss off some people so badly, but some people will just hack it and go, yeah, I'll flow with this. This will be great. And so the grammar Nazis and stuff out there, just too bad. You're locked out. Yeah, you're not going to get this book.
I'm going to persist. I don't care what the world's doing. I'm still going to correct people's spelling.
Yeah.
I want to go back to a world where school students get punished by writing lines.
Oh, Jesus. Poor trees. Waste of paper.
But do it on the bloody chalkboard. Oh,
chalk is still a limited resource.
Ah, I'm doomed.
Yeah. Some of the teachers, like my sister's a primary school teacher, and one of the schools they had a digital blackboard. Like it was a giant screen that they could write on, and it was like this giant touch screen. And one of the kids threw a rock at it and broke it, and it's like, there goes $2,000.
And
so
like,
fucked.
I wonder what you know, because there's this whole thing about also with school where they're like, oh, but kids, you know, it's more environmentally friendly for kids to all have their devices and they can write on it. We're not wasting paper. And the same with like because I've seen the digital blackboards and stuff before. But then I think like environmentally producing those things and then the electricity for them doesn't actually make them using less resources than
yeah.
Like that takes a lot of stuff to produce that whole screen and power it. And is all of that stuff actually, you know, better for the environment than a bit of blackboard and a bit of chalk? Or
especially with the limited availability of some of the minerals and whatnot used in today's technology.
We've got about 23 years left of phosphorus left to make LCD screens. Like, and then there won't be anywhere near enough to produce our demand, and so we're going to hit a wall where you won't be able to replace old technology.
But 20 years, you said they might have a synthetic version by then.
23 years. Yeah, there's the organic LEDs which are taking over, so we can engineer that stuff out of organics. But have you seen the digital paper, like a Kindle, where it's got this soft touch and it's LCD and it's just black and white? It's so nice. Digital paper. I think New York Times came out with a digital edition once, and it was like just a single one-shot digital paper, but it didn't take off. I thought that was pretty cool. That's a mowing.
What?
You're having some mowing near whippersnipper.
Oh, that's me. That's
you,
me.
Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah,
can't
Teo's
even hear it.
outside whippersnippering. Yeah, it took me a minute to like focus my brain on. Yeah, that's happening here.
That's all right.
He's good at doing all of the yard jobs, which is really nice. But it's funny because when he was like 5, and he first like got to use a mower, you know, mowing the yard, and he just loved it so much. And he was like, when I grow up, I want to be a lawn mower. That's what I'm going to do for my career. And as a mom of lads, my eldest child is 5. I'm like, that's really cool, darling. But like, you know, you never know when you grow up what you will want to do. And he's 17 and he's still like, that's what he wants to do. He wants to start his own business and mow people's grass.
Sweet.
He just loves it.
It's lucrative. There's so many people make a good living out of that. Like it's a $1,000 a week job if you've got clients.
He's super keen to do it. I think that he'd be doing it now instead of being at school, except for that he needs money to invest in buying all of the bits, you know.
There's a cool Husqvarna drone mower you can get.
Okay.
And then there's big ones that the councils have that are remote control for like the really steep hills. Because it doesn't have a driver on the top of the cab, you can get it up really steep hills and mow the edges of like on the side of the highway.
Wow.
And the guy's sitting there with a remote control piloting the things. And these technicians earn megabucks because it's such a, like you'd think.
That sounds like it ties into things that he really loves because he's also a good drone fanatic.
Yeah, right.
He's quite a good drone pilot, actually.
100% suggest that you get him to look into drone lawnmowers.
I will mention that to him.
He could
for
be
sure.
the Shire's leading drone lawnmower guy before time at all.
You know what's funny though? There's a house down the road and they've got like a robot mower. It's a bit like, you know, those vacuum cleaners
Roomba.
that go around.
Yeah.
But it's like for their grass and it just goes around by itself. And I've seen it like it goes and it bumps in the fence and then it just goes off the other way.
Sweet.
Mowing their grass all day.
That's so cool.
I will invest at least $45 in Teo's drone lawn mowing business.
I know.
At least. I said at least.
Yeah.
I may go as high as 54.
I will definitely mention it to him.
Yeah, we'll get him to Google some stuff about it and see
Yeah, because like he's really
he is.
keen. And look, he's at this point where he's in year 11. He's like almost finished year 11 at school. He knows he doesn't want to do anything academic. And he's just like, well, he's just kind of staying at school because it's there. And he doesn't though. He can leave and go to work if he wants to. But it's sort of like the world's so uncertain. So he's kind of like, he would prefer to leave and do something he wants to be doing. But, you know, it's like he doesn't want to leave until he's got it all worked out. So he's kind of in just this really in-between place of does he just really stick into his school while he's finishing it? Or does he put all of his energy into like
starting a business?
Yeah, trying to work out the next step.
Well, I think you could get a lot more lawns mowed if you service drones rather than mowing it manually. Like you could be jetting from job to job, servicing the drones, making sure they're working properly, and even hiring them out and leasing them to people for like a day. You just drop off a squad of drones to a big property and move to your next target zone.
Extra income opportunities.
Passive income.
If you've got the hardware.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you invest in the hardware, you're set up.
That's it. And like he's been, because he's got a whole bunch of drones. So, and because he fixes phones and things like that. So he fixes the drones too, pulls them apart and does all the stuff.
Nice. He's
So
set up.
it all sounds like it's tying really nicely in together.
Yeah. That's rad. I'll get another can. I'll be back in a sec.
Righto. Yeah, I think definitely in an area like this where we do have our long, warm, tropical summers, and lawns tend to grow ridiculously rapid. It's not a silly idea as a money-making venture
Yeah.
to cut grass. Plenty of people.
No, I don't think it's silly. I've just found it really entertaining because I guess whatever I was thinking when he was young, I'm like thinking, oh, this is just his like, you know.
It goes broom. I like it.
But it's like, oh, once you've grown and you realize that it's hot and it's sweaty and you're itching and you've got to push the mower all day to earn enough money to pay your rent and buy dinner, maybe you won't want to do it so much. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I like natural
IPA.
Ryan's take on it.
What does IPA stand for?
India Pale Ale.
Ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
7.5%.
really like mowing as well, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a good zone.
And one of the things I really enjoy the best about it, it's just really satisfying because the grass is long and you can see like everywhere where you've been as you're getting it done. There's that sense of being able to like see your progress.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels good. I like mowing the lawn too.
It's
Have you
quite
seen what
satisfying.
the soccer, like the English football arenas, how they mow them crisscross and get it all checkerboard? It looks amazing. I think they do it in slightly different lengths.
Yeah, it's like only like a millimeter or two difference in length gives you a different shade.
Yeah, mosaics. It looks amazing.
Because they do the same thing at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, where they get the crisscross checkerboard stuff going. And yeah, I heard a dude talking about it, and yeah, it was like 3 or 4 millimeters difference in length on the cutting blade, and it creates a completely different color. And it always looks splendid.
Which gives rise to, like, if you got a drone mower, you could program it if you're smart enough to do like awesome mandalas and stuff, artwork on the grass at the back of places. That'd look awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
Put that in your notes, Scungy, to tell Teo to
do mandala art.
patterns.
Crop circle shit, you know, that'd be fucking rad.
Yeah, I'm the lawnmower guy that programs your crop circles in your backyard.
Yeah.
$100 an hour, million.
Yeah, it's art. It's fucking art.
In this area,
charge a fuckload.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone would want that, huh?
People in this area are pooing money. They might as well chuck it at their grass.
Yeah. Especially like doing property shots before, you know, when they're trying to sell a property.
Yeah.
To doll up someone's lawn and have some amazing patterns like "Buy me."
Yeah.
My house has a perpetual mandala in the backyard if you hire this lawnmower guy.
Yeah.
Fucking all solid ideas, people. Anyway, no questions came through, so unless I missed them. But, let's get out of here, shall we? Let's go and get Wednesday rolling proper.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's rolling to a close for me.
That's what I meant by proper.
I'll be rolling after this 7.5% beer. Jesus.
What brand was it?
Food. We're 7 Mile, so Ballina beer. Yeah, near the airport.
I just drank the last of my vodka.
Oh, no.
I thought that's what you must have been sorting out this morning when you said you were in Murwillumbah.
Yeah, no, I thought about it. No, I was doing necessary things, but largely I had to get fuel because I had to pump water.
Yeah, yes.
And now double bonus, the lawn's getting mowed.
Extra double bonus because of the extra fuel you bought home. All Alrighty, well, let's split out, shall we? Let's call it Kurtwitz.
Live long and prosper.
What he said, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. It's been a fun time. Even without Corvus, we seem to manage, bloody hell, nearly 2.5 hours. I honestly thought without Corvus that we'd do like an hour and a half show.
But I kind of think everyone else just was like...
Had an opportunity to talk.
we got some proper banter in.
Sorry, Joel, if you're watching. I know you're not, but, you know, that's part
all
of
right.
the reason.
He knows he does it. I remember him saying...
Yeah, exactly. And that's the reason he's here is because, well, he's not here today, but that's the reason we have him is because we know that he can talk and we can, you know, go and do a wee and get a drink and make a sandwich while he's finishing a sentence. So, and that's why we love him for it. Oh, don't forget to rewatch the start, Lonnie, because the start was incredible.
Of this stream?
Yeah, just Lonnie was saying good to catch some of the stream. So, you know, I was just potentially lying a little bit and saying the start of the stream was really awesome. So go back and watch it some more. Two Dougs is asking Scungy, I believe, if she wants anything from the store. Do you want Two Dougs to bring you anything from the store, Scungy?
Sure. You know,
Vodka.
Bottle of vodka.
Kahlua.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Have you finished that bottle of Kahlua as well? That was a big one.
It was a big one. But I have had it for like 6 weeks or something.
So you've finished a second one as well?
No, I've almost finished that one. It's got about like that much in the bottom.
Isn't the bottle like you can't see through the bottle?
Yeah, but it's not as bad. You can a little bit. It's semi-opaque, not like the Baileys. So Baileys always stuffs me over because you can't see through it, and the bottom of the bottle is weighted. So it always feels like you've still got more left, and then suddenly it's the last pour.
Bastards.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's piss off then. Yeah, absolutely. Lonnie Joel is in Peru. If you go back and watch the start, you'll hear my exclamation about why Joel could not be here today. But for now, I think we will depart and go and create some Wednesday afternoon magic off screen. Maybe. Thanks heaps for hanging out. Thanks. I know Zen Ginger. Oh, I'm sure Zen Ginger. God damn.
Are you calling her Zen Gingery, or is that?
No. I was saying I'm sure, and then I know, but I don't actually. I'm not sure, and I don't know that Zen Ginger is still not here because she had to go and deal with an issue with her issue. If you call kids issue still, I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's a crossword term.
Not very politically correct.
So, yeah, I'm not sure that she's come back since then. But thanks, Zen Ginger, for slinging links. And, of course, as always, thank you, Mega, to GRB for being a bro and slinging links as well. Love your
Cheers,
work,
man.
GRB.
Yeah.
Always welcome. One day soon we'll have to get GRB up here on the panel as well.
I was actually just thinking about that because I always remember the time where you were doing the one stream and he like came up and then all your internet went bung and he had to just carry on the stream for like ever and ever on his own.
And
it'd be nice to have like one where it's like, you know, he can kind of
where we can actually dialogue.
Yeah.
He did well, Bo. He did real well. If there's ever someone that I want to rely on for holding up the mast when mine falls over, I'm glad I've got GRB in my back pocket. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. And like I said, thanks to those mods who were slinging links. And potentially, highly likely, we'll see you again in another set of 7. Take care. And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
See yous when we're looking at yous and stuff and other words.